Today, let's build your child's sensory sleep map, a simple plan that helps you organize what you've already learned in the series, or if you haven't watched the series, what you will learn today. Hi, I'm Diane Lusney, and today I'm sharing information to help moms who have kids on the autism spectrum and who have sleep issues. Now, let's continue. Point one, new insight, new options. Every autistic child has their own unique sensory profile, basically, a map of how their nervous system responds to different types of input. You already know what dysregulates and what regulates your child, or do you? Because your child, like all children, is growing and changing. So there's a very good chance some tweaking is needed. Over time, your child's sensory needs evolve. What worked 6 months ago might not be the best option now. And sometimes those changes sneak up on you gradually, so you don't notice until bedtime has become a battle again. This is why staying caught up with what's working or not working right now matters so much. You need to know which regulation methods are helping your child today, whether they need tweaking, and ideally, where things might be heading so you can be prepared if and when change occurs. The challenge is that this kind of ongoing observation and adjustment takes time and mental energy, both of which are in short supply when you're already exhausted. It's easy to fall behind or miss the patterns when you're in survival mode. What you can do. For 1 week, start writing down what you're noticing. Just a few quick notes each day. When something happened, what happened, how your child responded. Just hearing me speak about this will make you more aware, and that's great. But it isn't enough because something else will soon distract you, maybe this minute. You need to commit to becoming more aware. That's hard when there's so many things pulling at you. I'll be honest, this is easier to do with instruction and accountability. When you're tracking on your own, it's so easy to forget, get overwhelmed by what to look for, not to know how to interpret what you're seeing, many things. If you want to do this and create a better bedtime routine for your child, join my Family Sleep Success program. Learn how the more regulated your child is during the entire day and evening, the easier it will be for them to fall asleep and stay asleep. Point two, a key to a better routine. Whether or not you do point one, you already know some of the things that help your child settle. Now it's about linking those calming moments together into an evening rhythm that prepares their body for sleep and doing it consistently. If your child relaxes with deep pressure, you might want to include a short, heavy work activity about 30 minutes before bedtime or the bedtime routine starts, depending on your child, then add a weighted blanket during story time. If your child needs quiet to feel calm, you might turn off TVs and devices earlier in the evening and use a white noise machine to create consistent sound prior to the bedtime routine. By being more aware, you're creating a morning, day, evening, and night routine that fits your child's specific nervous system and your family's reality. Following someone else's routine adds more stress and it will be less successful. But for you to be successful, you must be consistent with whichever routine you decide to follow. Here's why consistency matters so much. When the same sensory cues happen in the same order at roughly the same time every evening, your child's brain learns to predict what's coming. Predictability is calming. And the nervous system, which recognizes the pattern, begins to shift into rest mode. But let's be honest, consistency is incredibly hard. Life gets messy. You have a horrible day. Your child gets sick. Everything falls apart. This doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It means you're human and life is complicated. The key is being persistent about being consistent. When the routine falls apart, and it will, you start again as soon as possible. You don't waste time and energy berating yourself. You take that energy and put it into committing to start over. Over time, your new, better routine will be the default. That's when some ease will enter into your life. But here's what makes this so difficult. It requires constant mental effort to remember, reorganize, and recommit, especially when you're already depleted. What you can do: write your evening routine on a single sheet of paper. Include the time, the activity, and what you do to support the transition, if anything. Then follow it. Be consistent. When you quote unquote fail the routine, i.e., life happened, start again, either right now or the next day. If you're anything like me, having an accountability person or group makes all the difference with consistency. I will do far more when someone else is expecting it than when it's just me holding myself accountable. This is one of the most valuable parts of the Family Sleep Success Program. You're not doing this alone. You have a community of parents working on the same things, and you have me supporting you through the rough patches. Point 3, embrace the big picture. You might have already noticed this. Some days bedtime just goes better than others, even when you do the same routine. Often, it's because of what happened earlier in the day. Sleep isn't only about bedtime. What happened the night before, in the morning, and throughout the day directly affects how easily your child falls asleep and stays asleep at night. Your child's sleep is influenced by activities that happen 24 hours a day: morning light exposure, meal timing, physical activity, screen time, sensory input throughout the day, and so much more. The body has an internal clock called the circadian rhythm, a 24-hour cycle that tells the body when to be alert and when to rest. When mornings start calm and consistent, same wake up time, same breakfast routine, same exposure to morning light, the body clock naturally winds down at night, releasing melatonin, the signal for sleep from the morning, about 12 to 14 hours later. Unfortunately, people on the spectrum are more likely to be low in melatonin. Plus, it can be almost wiped out just before you settle your child to sleep if they are exposed to as little as four 4 seconds of blue light from a screen. Physical activity during the day matters too. Children who get regular movement and heavy work throughout the day tend to sleep better because their bodies have processed energy and have received the proprioceptive input they need. Did you know heavy work in the evening can help with sleep? But only if done in the right way at the right time. There is so much to learn about sleep, and it's always being updated. Overwhelming, right? There's just so much information out there. New information, great information, not so great information, and downright horrible information. How do you know which to follow? How do you know what applies to autistic kids specifically? Never mind if it will work with your child. How do you put it all together into something that actually works for your family? You could figure it out if you have the time, know how to assess research quality, understand how to apply it to autism and sensory processing differences, and have the energy to put it all together in a cohesive plan. But let's be real. You're already managing therapies, school, meals, meltdowns, and 100 other things. What you can do: decide if your child needs a new routine. Write it out, share it with the family, commit to it, do it consistently. And I would strongly recommend joining my Family Sleep Success Program so you actually move forward with this. Don't waste the previous 10 minutes you spent watching this and then not take action. Don't be stuck where you are now because of good intentions and mixed follow through. Here's what I know from my own life and every conversation I've had on this topic. Planning, while it can be frustrating and time consuming, is nowhere near as difficult as the doing, especially when you're exhausted and life keeps throwing challenges at you. You definitely can try this on your own. The information is out there. You can piece together information from different sources, experiment with strategies, and work through the inevitable setbacks alone. Some families do manage that, although it usually takes much longer and involves a lot of frustration. Or You can have a clear, step by step roadmap designed specifically for autistic children with someone who understands sensory processing, guiding you through each phase, helping you interpret what you're seeing, troubleshooting when things aren't working, because that will happen, and a community of parents who understand and support you along the way. That's what my Family Sleep Success Program is. It's where we turn everything you've learned in this series into a complete personalized plan for your child. You get step by step video training that goes deeper into each strategy, printable routine templates and tracking sheets so you're not starting from scratch, direct access to me for personalized guidance on your child's specific challenges, a community of parents working through the same things, sharing what's working, supporting each other through the hard nights, and celebrating the wins. And 1 year of ongoing support. So when your child's needs change, you're not back at square one. I've done the research, synthesized the information, and created a system that works specifically for autistic kids with sensory processing disorder. Why reinvent the wheel when you can have a proven plan and the support to actually implement it? If you're ready to stop piecing things together and finally have calm, consistent bedtime routines that work for your whole family, click the link below to learn more about my Family Sleep Success Program. I hope to see you there.